In this lesson, we'll be taking a look at ISO settings. A few points before we start looking at ISO. All phone cameras have an automatic mode. In order to take great photos, you don't need to understand, much less adjust, ISO, it is adjusted automatically. However, if you do get a basic understanding of ISO, you'll be able to take even better photos. The ISO rating on your camera determines how sensitive the camera is to light. The higher the ISO rating, the more sensitive to light the camera is. By default, the ISO setting will be selected by your phone. But if you enter into Pro mode, you'll be able to make custom selections. ISO ratings on most phone cameras will range at the low end of 64, up to 1600, or even 2500. Sounds great, doesn't it? Why not always use a higher ISO setting? There is a trade-off. The higher the ISO setting, the more noise appears in the image. Noise in an image translates to random colored dots appearing in the image. ISO 800, 1/30th of a second. This subject is illuminated only by a computer monitor. Each camera will add a different amount of noise to an image at certain ISO settings. On one camera, an ISO setting of 400 may look great, and on another, not so great. On phone cameras, if you can, try to keep the ISO setting at 400 or less. This is not always possible, especially in low light situations, so more of a general guide. Because high ISO settings can tend to introduce noise to an image, you may want to try out some software that can reduce noise in an image. Below, Photoshop Express, on a PC, is used to reduce noise. But you'll find many programs on your phone that can do the same thing. Noise reduction software can really help, but it's not perfect. It tends to add a little blur to the image. Higher ISO settings can do more than just allow you to take photos in low light. If you are taking action shots, you generally want a very fast shutter speed. This will help to freeze the action. Problem is that fast shutter speeds mean not a lot of light is let into the camera. Using a higher ISO setting in this case will help compensate, so you can take better action shots. Well done. You've now completed this lesson. In this lesson, we took a look at ISO settings.